Ahoy there, YouTubers! It's Justin again, coming to you from the Big Blue Nation, and today I'm going to tell you about a couple of these orchids that I just got. I did a little bit of shopping on eBay, and I found a grower who is certified by the American Orchid Society that will sell you 5 orchids and give you a 6th one for free. I believe it cost me around 40 bucks with shipping included, and I got 6 beautiful smaller orchids. The first one here is my little Dendrobium. She's very pretty. You can tell she's got about 4 leaves. She's a little thirsty looking. I gave her a good little drink of water when I first got her, but haven't watered her since then. Next I got a Cattleya, and you can tell this little beast right here has got a bunch of aerial roots, and she actually looks a little bit kind of sickly, but she didn't have any light for about 5 or 6 days. Unfortunately, they didn't get here by Saturday, so they stayed in the envelope for a whole other day. And it was a total of about 6 days that these plants weren't getting any light. So the first thing I did was water them and then stick them under my grow lamp. Now, you always want to isolate any new plants that you get, even if you get it from a reputable grower, because some pests may be hard to detect. And a lot of people wouldn't even know that they had them, even to the trained eye. So always err on the side of caution and isolate any brand new plants. It's safer that way you don't have to spread any kind of disease or any pest. But look at this beautiful Vanda. It's supposed to have kind of a goldish brown kind of copper flower, and I really can't wait to see that. I mean, it's got a lot of foliage on it and it looks beautiful. I mean, a lot of healthy roots. It really does look like it's going to be a beautiful plant. I can't wait, because the Vandas, they do get kind of big. But yeah, I just used kind of a Miracle-Gro orchid mix, the potting soil for that. A lot of fir bits and other kind of terrestrial parts are down in there, so it's really healthy for the plant. Now look at I believe this is the Oncidium, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful foliage there. I mean, you can see all these leaves. 2 of the pseudo bulbs down here, the bigger parts down in the soil that are kind of fat, that's where the leaves and the flower spikes are going to come from. So they are beautiful. I really like that one. It's going to be a beautiful plant. Next, I have my Oncidium, or the boat orchid. This is a beautiful orchid too. It's getting some new growth in there and it looks amazing. These, however, can go either way when you plant them. You can kind of give them more of a earthy kind of soil as opposed to just the bark chips, but they do well in bark chips if you give them a little bit of room to grow. A lot of these roots, they like to be kind of confined and cramped up, so that's why I've got them in smaller containers. Usually glass would not be ideal because there's no drainage holes, and a lot of times the sun can come down and filter into the roots and kind of damage them. So you do want something that does cover them up more, but I have grow lights coming down from above, so I'm not too worried about what's going to hit them from the side there. And last was my Phalaenopsis. This, you can tell, is going to be a beautiful plant as well. Big old thick, robust looking foliage, and it's supposed to have kind of a pinkish red color, so that's going to be a really interesting one too. Now, like I said, these plants do kind of come from the jungle area, so they do like a lot of humidity. Now I'm getting ready to go into my winter dormancy period, so I won't give the plants any water except for maybe once every 2 weeks. And you really want to kind of monitor that, especially with your humidity. Now, I will mist these plants about once, maybe twice a day when it's really hot out. If it's getting kind of on the cooler side, I give them just a little spritz in the morning, and that's really about it. The easy thing about orchids is they'll tell you when they're thirsty. If you look at their roots right here, a kind of greenish white will tell you that they are kind of thirsty. They'll get a little bit darker whenever water touches that, and you can kind of tell and look at the plant and see what it looks like when it's dry versus when it's wet. And they will give you a good indication of whether or not the plant needs any more water. Also, if you're giving them a lot of moisture in their environment, you want to make sure you do have a fan kind of going or any kind of open windows, because if you do have high humidity in your grow room, you can invite things in like different pests or something worse like fungi or anything else that's really hard to detect until it's rather late. Well, I guess I will follow up with you all later and show you how these are doing. I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek and show you what I've got, and let me know what you think. If you've had any of these different orchids, post a comment and let me know if you've had any kind of success, or rather, what's your favorite orchid. I think out of all these, there's just too many to pick, but I love my Vanda and I love my Oncidium there. Cymbidiums are definitely one of my favorite orchids because they do get rather big. But let me know, like I said, what you think of these orchids, what's your favorite orchid, and any kind of success you've had with these. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. That way you'll know anytime I upload any new videos. Y'all have a good one, and don't forget, plant prudently. Thank you, YouTube.